Good evening. On behalf of A Toy Kind of Mood, I would like to issue an apology to the Hasbro Toy Company for the outlandish comments and the slanderous commentary on the last episode of our show, 1027. Reasons for this: MCM London, we were not aware of it. They have not been aware of it. They may not have been aware of it because of COVID-19 and traveling issues. So they pre-recorded 1027, Hasbro Pulse Premium members 1027, possibly without knowing they were going to London. And they saved the stuff for a Comic-Con, like you should. Hasbro did everything correct. We were unaware there was another show. We had no idea about this MCM thing. We didn't know Hasbro was going to be there. We didn't know they were going to be a factor there. We didn't know they were going to make such a plunge. Hence this episode, on the road to 100, we are doing 99, a full-on apology for Shill Kind of Mood. I'm Travis Shilley, and this is it. This is our apology. MCM London coverage for every brand there is. Stay tuned after this.
You feel like your soul has been cleansed?
What's that?
Do you feel like your soul has been cleansed?
Well, now that we had to say rest in peace to the Engine of Vengeance, I don't know if we're the soul cleansing is the right term. Look, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's AEW tonight, and that's why we're recording right now at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so I can watch my buddies, the Dynamite, because we're here to shill. It's a shill fest, Shill Kind of Mood. Travis Shilley, shill-ass Dreadnok Ryan Shilley. What's up, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad we got that out of the way. I had to get that off my chest. The community was outraged with us for being so mean to Hasbro, and so I will do nothing but say sweet nothings throughout the show for Hasbro.
Let's be honest, though. I think our community as a whole has been negative lately about everything, about stuff you can't control, and I think we just sometimes forget that what makes this toy community great is not what these manufacturers give us, but it's what relationships we have with all of our friends. Some of you guys are like family to me. So, I'm just saying, let's just play with our toys, enjoy them, enjoy our friends, and let's quit sweating the small stuff and just, enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Craig, our man right here, Slickalicious, he brings up a great point. Did we know there was going to be a big thing at MCM London? So we have a lot of topics to talk about. We're going to go over the reveals from MCM London Comic-Con and go over, and our buddy, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, Mark Van Cannon, his stuff, he had a hell of a weekend, huh, Ryan, with the Spooktacular Gridiron Studios.
Yeah, Mark and those crazy cats over there, they just keep upping the game. Jack over at Muchos Gracias is doing the same thing. It's just a great time to be a toy collector right now, because if you're not getting what you want from the manufacturers, you can get it from a third party, and you can truly set up your figures to be whatever it is that you want them to be.
Yeah. And so what do you think about this comment from Matt? Because what you told me when we had a phone conversation prior to this episode is that Hasbro may not have known, but how far in advance do you think they recorded 1027, and what do you think their whole plan was with this, and why was there perhaps a lack of for a company so entrusted with hype, why was there a lack of communication that MCM would be a big thing, and maybe temper your expectations a little bit for 1027, like especially G.I. Joe fans, because there's a lot coming or stuff coming from MCM?
So I came at it from a different point of view. I think as collectors, at some points, we become a little bit too entitled with expecting them to spoon feed us. And I mean, look, I guess get to the point of going, you're having these streams, which is great. It was for Pulse members not for the general public. So if you do a big reveal during that, it's going to piss people off. If you don't do big reveals, it pisses people off. So I think it's just one of those things that I don't think they could have won it either way they went. I think for Hasbro as a brand, on his tank talked about MCM. I wonder if Emily may have put some stuff in her, Instagram, different stuff like that. I guess it didn't upset me. I'm just like, whatever. We got the information later. So I guess, I don't know. Let me ask this question. Do you think it's us as toy channels that put too much pressure on these companies to provide us all this information because we want to get out and talk about all this fun stuff? Mm-hmm. Do we maybe add to some of the angst that collectors are feeling right now because, we expect home runs every single time they come out?
Mm-hmm. Especially I want to see G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and look, if you were at Classified from the start and you remember that first team that they brought out to talk about Classified and talk about the retro stuff, I'm not knocking any of those people, but it wasn't like, let's just call it the D League for the NBA. They were up and coming, but
it's the G League now. The Gatorade League. It's been the G League for like 4 years. No, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, but since the gentleman who came over from Power Rangers, who also used to be on the Joe brand back, I think during the Pursuit of Cobra 30th anniversary, he ran the brand during that time. He brought Emily over. He promoted Lenny. They've earned my trust that they're going to provide for us Joe fans because of what they've done. And I just give them a little bit more leeway of just going, I trust in their process. They've listened to what we've asked for. They've delivered what we've asked for. So maybe it's just us, give them a little bit of slack. The Marvel team has done this for 10 years now? I mean, Ryan and Dan, they kill it. They listen to what the fans want and they're trying to bring all that stuff that they want to. So I guess it's just like, I just want to sit and enjoy the ride now. And I'm not going to get, kind of butthurt over, a stream if they don't give me everything that I want.
Yeah. We're going to talk about this throughout the show. We're going to go over some reveals. It's a strange show. It feels like, shout out to Ronnie, Doom 58. This feels like I am with another R with a Y at the end, but he's, Ryan Sweeney. But I got my Star Wars shirt. I got my Star Wars background. This is like, we don't cover too much Star Wars because, Ryan, why?
Because they've lost that trust from the fans. They've had, look, I don't collect Star Wars, so I have no skin in this game, but I've watched some of them streams. I've watched the Pulse cons, all of the stuff they've done, and it's been like, here's a repaint of Boba Fett. Here's a repaint of the Mandalorian. Here's another Baby Yoda. Here's Luke Skywalker again. And then they're going, oh, but for the 4-inch figures, we've made this great play set, or we've done this, or we've done that. And, the Black Series fans are like, what happened? And I have to say, at MCM, they got their sea legs again. They got their feet underneath them. It was actually, people seem to really enjoy those the releases and the figures that they had talked about bringing out. So, I mean, you're wearing a Star Wars shirt. I mean, that's a change.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often. It's mostly a G.I. Joe or something else. But look, we're going to talk MCM London Comic Con. There was a lot of reveals over the weekend. Hey, the Fwoosh did their show yesterday. We can do it a couple days late. We don't have to be on time. It was we didn't even know this was a thing. I wasn't even home when this was happening. So we're going to talk Star Wars. We're going to talk G.I. Joe. So we know most of you guys are Joe heads, guys and girls, of course. If you guys are Joe heads, and so we'll get to G.I. Joe second. But I think Star Wars, Ryan, made the most impact, right? Yeah. So this weekend, and they had, in addition to MCM, they had a reveal show. And, I kind of liked this because they promoted it with only like 24 hours in advance, which kept, I think the hype is low. Usually they're like 4 or 5 days. Hey, we got a fan first, and you get all riled up for 4 or 5 days. And then they're like, oh, we got name only reveals. And you're like, or an advance, in their whole pipeline, like, oh, we're going to go from digital render to whatever, like more rendering. So at least this time for their sake, especially this brand, Star Wars, they were just like, oh, by the way, tomorrow we have a stream, which is kind of like what we do and a lot of other YouTubers do. So I think that kept expectations low. I do have to agree with these guys. I blame a toy kind of mood for everything. I mean, that's just it's the be all end all of the toy community, and yeah, we're the last word on it. So here we go. Yeah, we ruined. It's just been fucking atrocious. Oh, look at this. Is that a new name to act my Twitter? If you want some,
yes, it is.
I want Jane Head, but it depends on your preference. But yeah, you could do Joe or Jane. And yeah, we're just fucking the crybabies. That's what we were last week. Hence the apology, Marauder Rubin.
There's a guy on YouTube. It's Steve Shivs, I believe is his name. And he talked about
Steve Shill.
Shivs. No, it's not Shills.
Kurt Schilling. Hey, Philadelphia Phillies, right? How about that romp last night? So shout out to Kurt Schilling. No, but anyway, right.
Yeah, he talked about, fan service leads to fan entitlement. Mm-hmm. So you've had a lot of these brands, whether it's entertainment, whether it's, Disney, Marvel, Hasbro, whatever it is, that has always told us, hey, where fans come first. We listen to you. We've done all of this stuff. You guys, we want you guys to give us feedback. So, it's a two-headed monster where they've created a lot of this negative feedback that they're getting, but it's also, we as adult men and women have to go, okay, we need to act like adults sometimes and not just get so, pissed off about shit we can't have,
but
that we can't have no control over.
Right, but see all the plastic behind you, see all the plastic behind me? That's a lot of money that we spend, and that's why, people like this asshole right here, we're entitled little biz niches. That's what happened, man.
Yeah, but
thank you.
Hey, Aaron, but let me ask you this though. Does it get to the point where that makes the hobby not enjoyable? I do this because life is hard. I mean, your jobs are hard. Being a grown-up's hard. Bills, all of that stuff. Having my toys, having, friends on Facebook, Instagram, taking photos, customs, whatever the hell it is that you do, it's that nice escape. It takes that negativity out and just gives you just a break.
Yeah.
When all that kind of negativity comes into what you enjoy, it ruins it. And, it's like, damn, let's just get back to having fun again.
Yeah.
You want to make fun of a figure because it looks like, Team America, go for it. I'm all good about it. So, but, throwing a temper tantrum because, they need to redo that sculpt. They're not going to redo the sculpt. It's already done.
Yeah.
Just deal with it.
Look, these are things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about our fans expecting too much from these events, and specifically Hasbro, because I think other than today, Mattel doesn't really do a whole lot, but Mattel has Mattel Creations, their own crowdfund right now with Eternia. So they did a little something today. And then, should Hasbro be accountable for all this hype, right? So that's kind of, that's the thing is they are the hype machine. You don't see too many other companies doing these digital events, and that's why mostly they have the big properties, but we just don't see it from other toy companies, maybe because they don't want to deal with disappointing fans as well. So we'll talk about that. And then Ryan, we'll talk about this through the show, but is there maybe a disconnect between these hardcore collectors and their shareholder driven company? I mean, that's what's the solution with this disconnect?
Yeah. And look, a company is in business to make money, and you want to get mad about a Star Wars figure being like a Boba Fett being $35 because it's pricing you out. I completely get that. But until they can kind of say to us, this is what our costing is, this is what plastic costs, this is what manufacturing costs, this is what tooling costs. We don't have that complete picture. So we're all just speculating. We're making decisions based on our feelings instead of having, solid facts in front of us. So,
yeah,
I think if Hasbro could say, action figures cost X amount of dollars for us to make, that would be nice. I don't think they can tell us that. The other thing we forget too is, that $24.99 for Joe, that's the manufacturer suggested retail price. So they're selling to a retail business like Walmart's and Target's. And that Walmart and Target are going to want their cut of that money too. So, Hasbro's not selling that Joe figure to Walmart for $24.99. It's probably like $9 or $10, and then Walmart makes up. That's their fluff that they get from it. So,
let's see. I want to address this. David Speck, my buddy, ace cameraman. Is the feed choppy for everyone else? I don't feel that from my end with Ryan. So let me know in the comments, guys. Is the feed not working for you? May just be that David forgot to pay his bill the last 3 months. So all that money he's making on set. Come on, buddy.
Hey, he had to pre-order all those figures.
Yeah. It's pre-order or Wi-Fi. That's another dilemma for another episode. Here you go. Yeah, I love this. So yeah, the reason we do these shows is for the community. We're a new show. We've only been around for a little while. So yeah, we do it for the friends and family of it all. We don't make a penny doing this. So not right now anyway. But pretty soon.
No, we spend money.
What's up?
We spend money to do this show.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, let's get into some of the fun here. All right, we're gonna get into Star Wars, and now, like I said, we'll do G.I. Joe, a quick Transformers, a little bit of Marvel, and Gridiron, the main event for last. But let's get into MCM London Comic Con Star Wars reveals, and yeah, they did great. I mean, usually, I don't know, you guys in the chat, we all know you're Joe fans. Are you collecting Star Wars Black Series, a vintage collection? Let us know in the comments. Let us know, did you pre-order anything? Anything we show today, let us know. Did you pre-order it? Are you waiting for clearance? Are you waiting for sale? Like, I want to see what the collectors are doing with this. Like, how did this MCM London, did this impact you? Did this make you happy after 10/27? Were you like us? Were you pissed off about 10/20? We're not us, because Ryan was okay with it, because he knew everything ahead of time, that damn bastard. No, but it's like, were you okay with 10/27? Did you hate 10/27? Are you okay? Are you happy about MCM? Like, let's hear all that stuff. All right, first let's go into the one. No, this was the Bring Home the Galaxy event that they're doing. And Ryan, did you see any of this? So this is Andor, and we have Vel Sartha. So this is up for pre-order today. Went up for pre-order today, I believe, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And this is one of the new figures here. Did you hear about the Bring Home the Galaxy?
Yes, I did. Thank you. I have this buddy who posts all this stuff all the time, so helps keep me in the loop. I want to say thank you to Moody, if any of you know him. He's a pretty cool guy.
Well, he goes by that code name Kurt Schilling now, so it's the World Series action there. So anyway, Vel Sartha, I think it's great. Now, what do you think about that? Look at that gun, an AK in Star Wars. Disney, it's a pretty realistic looking gun for a Star Wars figure.
I watched the episode with her having this gun, and I'm sitting there going, why is she carrying around? That looks like an AK. I'm like, they have laser weapons. What the hell is this going? And I think they were like shooting bullets too. So I'm just like, now I'm really confused about all this. So I'm going to say this, that if this figure's out there, I think it would make a great customizable female figure. So I might look to pick one of these up just to see what I can do with it. Yeah.
I got to say a shout out right here to my buddy Ken, because he did a very cool video on Death Source. That's the new, we're going to talk Transformers a little later on, but that's the new HasLab going on. And yeah, he did a phenomenal, if you want to know any kind of like history of toys, like you just go to Toy Connections, and it's a great stuff. And yeah, me too, man. Anything KOTOR, you can tell by my shirt, legend stuff. Yeah. Basila Shan. Yeah. We're getting into that stuff right here. Actually, Mara Jade, right on cue, the comic edition. Now, the funny thing about these comic editions, Ryan, is I actually love this packaging, and we're going to talk about all kind of stuff like this plastic-free stuff, right? But this packaging is cool because you get that. We always complain that Marvel, being a Marvel comic, company, doesn't have the comic art on the front.
Right.
And this is how the Marvel Legends packaging could or should be. And if they want to charge what they're charging now, maybe even another $1 or $2, you get the front and you open it, and it's got just a little bit of film there. That it's not using a whole lot of plastic covering the figure. And I think you'll be able to see it in the next Yeah, so they're replacing the film with cardboard, actually. So how do you feel about that? But I do love the comic art in front. That's why I'm a big fan of this series.
So I was apprehensive at first with the Joe stuff going to all cardboard packaging. I was just like, I didn't feel it. I still like the plastic packaging, but since I've got the stuff, I mean, Kamakura, I don't mind it in the cardboard boxes. I just
show that again.
It's a figure. It's even the Viper 3-pack, it came. It's I'm gonna open it. Doesn't matter. But this. I'm gonna preach the Joe brand here, but they have different artists doing the covers for all of these figures.
Mm-hmm.
If Marvel will let them, if the Marvel Legend team could take some of that comic book art that matches up to these figures, Star Wars.
It's Marvel comics. It almost doesn't like they have it. Remember, I was showing it. I don't have it in front of me. Actually, I do have one I can show. Because the rest are, if it's MCU, it's kind of like, it's not really the comic book art. Let's see what we got.
Right.
So yeah, so see this, kind of hard to, it's during the day, so it's hard to, it's going to let a lot of glare in my house. But yeah, see this art? Man, that's terrific stuff, right? And it's right from the comic. Yep. Why can't that just emblazon the both, and then have the figure, in the circle like we have with the other stuff, or have it open up and have this art. Have one more page with the comic, open it up, and then have this. If you don't want to do any plastic free, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that was
you got the figure on the back of the package anyway, so put some art on the front of it.
Exactly. You can just do the art in the front instead of just the side panels,
And so, let's be honest, if I'm a 8 or 9 or 10-year-old kid and I'm walking down the toy aisle, and once you get past all the 40-plus-year-old virgins like us who are trying to buy up all the collectible items. A comic type cover like that might attract a kid to actually pick up the figure and maybe want to try to find something out about him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because Emperor Palpatine's most trusted assassin here, Luke's arch enemy. I just love the whole packaging. I mean, as far as the figure itself, she looks great. I think the face sculpt's pretty awesome, and it's been a long time coming to get this. I think she was in Dark Force Rising back in the 90s or something, or like early 2000s. So. I'm cool. I'm glad that despite Disney taking over, they're paying homage to like the Dark Horse stories and stuff like that. So it's really cool to have the legends, the extra universe there. So I do want to address our man KJ Black Genghis. What up, dude? Should he feel stupid about the last episode? I mean, we're the type of channel that likes to stay positive, but be honest. And we were very honest. We were heated because we were set up for failure. At least we thought we were, and we didn't know about MCM. We never mentioned MCM in the last episode. I don't think we did. I don't think we knew it was a thing. So should we feel stupid, Ryan?
No, it's a learning lesson. Everything in life is about learning something from. If you do something that you consider a mistake, learn from it, and then don't make that same mistake going forward.
Shout out to Figure God. Love the memes. He's here. One of the meme kings in this business. And
and maybe it's just let's just like dial back. Let's not Spinal Tap it anymore. Let's go back to like 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
So, but hey, Star Wars for 3 or 4 months have been letting fans down with some of these reveals. So it was good to see them come out and put some runs on the board.
Yeah, my man Rick Lopez is he loves the gun. He's a big photographer for G.I. Joe Classified. He loves the Mara figure. And then TK, invite me back on, and I need to invite you back on too as well. And let's do it. Ruben and KJ, I'll be on that for sure all day, baby. Man, I'm way behind the comments because I feel like now I finally feel like my man Chris, Diagnostic 80. Because look at us, we're going crazy. Oh, look at that. He went at me on that, huh? Come on, I don't look like this dude at all. What are you talking about? That's racist, first of all. No, I'm messing. But yeah, no, I had to get. Hey, all these were on Amazon, man, for like a coupon. Amazon has coupons now, $8 off, had to get the whole wave. $6
That
off.
Namor figure actually looks really good, though.
Yeah,
The
it's cool. If
photo
you're
really
okay
looks
with
good
the
on it.
changes, it's a good one. So, yeah, there's a lot. Let me scroll down here. Oh, here we go. Okay, Marvel Legends. Matt Rubin, what's going on, my man? We'll never use the comic book art because then they'd have to pay the artist royalties. But isn't it on the side anyway? So how do you explain this, Ryan or Rubin, or Matt Rubin? How do you explain?
Well, I'm wondering if that's from somebody at either
No,
or
this
Hasbro
is
or that's a comic book.
no, this is a comic book, and I have the. It's like shit. I have the name like in my head, and I can't put it together. Help me out with it. But it's like Fernando. Man, those names are hard. What else we got? I'd agree, but they already used it on the packaging. Royalties are being paid off anyway. See, that's kind of what I said. All right, cool.
Yeah, probably not much of a royalty though. I think it's just, I think they just have to get it worked out with Marvel. And let's be honest, these are new. Okay, we're in a new world with action figures. So, you've got Joe, which doesn't have any entertainment. So they're trying to figure out how to promote it, how to get it out to the fans. Star Wars, Marvel Legends that went with the open packaging. They're still trying to figure out how we can start marketing this. Hopefully they start figuring it out. I mean, if this is the same thing, 3 or 4 months down the line, then we can start saying, come on, guys, you guys need to start listening. So,
yeah. And my shout out to a great customizer, Ray Murphy. So we should say this. We'll save it also for the end. But yeah, welcome to Terradrome. Maybe next, and may be assembly required. So we may have some friends that are at Codename Iowa. I wanted to go to that trip, and then I saw flights a few months ago were like a $500 to $1,000 to go to Iowa. So I'm like, how can I go to New York for $200 or Boston, but it's $1,000 to go to Iowa? So I'm like, yeah, probably not going. So no AR for me. If you're going to AR, let us know. But I know David Hernandez, David and T. Allen, they're both going. All the Daves are going. right. So
yeah.
all right, moving on to the next one. You know what? This is a sleeper for me, right? Scar Trooper from the Scar Squadron, because if he just looks like a stormtrooper, but if you really look at him, man, he's got a really cool blue visor. And then the jetpack is dope. Yeah, and they actually did a specific mold doesn't just use the same peg that you have that's very annoying. No, they have like a very cool mold where there's different symbols that lock in like a circle and a square and everything. It looks really cool. And then there's a wrist. Let's see if we can see in the other picture. Yeah, he's got that wrist comm, as you can see. So there's a lot of new stuff going on here with Mr. Task Force 99. Mike, I'm a fan. What about you?
Yeah, again, the artwork looks amazing on the packaging. I think that helps add to the figure. The inside of it, you get a little description of it. Everybody who I've seen or heard, they're really excited for this Stormtrooper figure. So, again, Star Wars team, keep up this good momentum. You guys did great. I just got to keep it going.
Yeah, and so going by what Payne's Toy Samples is saying, what up, dude? They wanted to save themselves, but Emily's great at this. And I think I said this on the last episode. No, I didn't really say this on the last episode because I didn't know about MCN, but Emily, as kind of the head of this brand now, and Hasbro maybe could have made a post, and she's been fantastic with like being, very honest with and connecting with fans and everything, but maybe. And she is busy. She is now running Dungeons and Dragons. She's kind of leading with Magic, as well as still doing, killing it over in G.I. Joe. It could have been a post where like, so hey guys, 1027's coming up, but we also have, we have a lot happening at MCM, and so like this is a premium members event. Enjoy it, but like we are saving stuff for that. So kind of just like a heads up. I think that would have like cured our whole 2 hours of anger last week, but we never got the transparency that we normally get, Ryan.
Well, and you got to think it just wasn't a Joe centric event. This was all of them. So, I think at that point you have to look at all the brands, and I think for this Star Wars thing that this took precedent, because it's a big license for Hasbro. So she probably couldn't say that. It was probably limited to what she could share. And that's part of the problem is you have multiple licenses, multiple brands, and you're trying to bring them all together. And, if you start saying, hey, we have an MCM show that's going to be cool, you might lose some people watching. And then, the Deathosaurus release for the next HasLab for Transformers. I mean, I think for us Joe fans, we're so used to being catered to because of Emily and Lenny's that 1027 was more for some of the other brands. It was for Dungeons and Dragons, which is done by Hasbro Studios, so they want to talk about the toys. And then Deathosaurus came out, and then the Magic the Gathering, I don't know the glove thing, but I just think it was for some of the other brands. So
yeah, and I think the thing is, we're going to talk about premium when we get to Marvel especially. But man, I think the thing is a premium event for premium members, and then you're restocking an item for people that weren't premium members. So there's a lot of strange ideas, and that's kind of probably where a toy kind of mood was coming from last week, Ryan. There's like mixed messaging going on,
They're toys, dude. I mean,
yeah, but we're doing a show on it, so it's got to be important to a certain degree. If it was just toys, you could say it's just baseball. Doesn't matter that you lost 7-0, Houston. It's not just baseball to Bobby, and it's not just baseball to the Houston Astros last night. You can say that about anything.
Okay. I live in the state of Michigan, okay? So I have the Detroit Tigers, I have the Detroit Lions,
and the undefeated Michigan Wolverines, baby. Go Blue!
Don't even get me started. I've had my heart broken a million times by Michigan.
You and I both, right? I'm a lifelong fan.
So, when I say, hey, they're just toys, what I mean by that is, again, look, you can complain about it. You can say, I was let down by it. I want more information. That's great. If the feedback is constructive, then it's always good. It can be negative. You can give, criticism, but when it's just whiny ass men, it's just like, come on now. It was 1027. Like I said, I'm a Pulse member. All right. If they would have had big releases and it wasn't available for everybody, the people who don't want to pay for that Pulse membership, I would have been pissed. Because if you're going to do big reveals, give me a Joe stream and let them talk through it. They've been upfront honest with us for the Joe brand for a long time. We're going to tell you a pipeline. We don't even have a render. We're just going to tell you because, a lot of this stuff was getting out. Then we'll do the renders. Then we'll give you the mock-ups, and then you can order. I'm okay with that. I know that the other brands can't do that because it's licensed and the licensees control when they can release stuff. So that has a lot to do with it too.
Ryan, this might be one of the strangest comments we've ever received. Who'd win in a fight, Darth Vader or Mike Ditka? The Bears. Like, what the?
Hey, cool guy. I hate to tell you this, but Mike Ditka is Darth Vader.
And once again, Zazel, that sweetheart, get his ass to Joe Fest because he's missing assembly required along with me. Maybe we could do them both next year. But look, yeah, don't forget, hit that like button. I love it because it's always a reminder for me to do this every episode. Thank you, Zazel. Appreciate that. All right, let's move on to another one. Let's kind of go through these a little quick so we can talk to Joe. Yeah, Dr. Afra. So I've already got a figure. It's behind me somewhere. And but this is nice because there's we're not getting soft goods. Shout out to Fabio. He did an awesome Halloween Mezco episode on Monday. Go check out Fabster Live. But he's a big soft goods guy. But this is a good soft resin plastic that we're getting here. So that way you could pose Dr. Afra. She's kind of sided with Darth Vader and all that stuff that's going on. The treasure hunter. So there is a new flex plastic going on here, Ryan.
Yep. And this is the third female figure, which is a nice change of pace.
Amazing. Yeah. Bastilla Shan will be next. And yeah, we have Dr. Africa. That'd be a cool character. Dr. Africa. Yeah. But yeah, Dr. Afra and Mara Jade. So, and then here we go. His Bastilla Shan, as you had just mentioned, the third female Star Wars. We had 3 female characters. Pretty great. I love the lightsaber color. We don't get yellow too often. And then, of course, on my shirt, Darth Malak going against Darth Revan. So did you watch Tales of the Jedi? Because there was an Inquisitor who went after Ahsoka when she was young that looked just like Darth Revan. But,
Yes.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, and again, these look great. I mean, all of these figures, again, have looked really good. And that pose right there, you know, again, they're figuring out how to make these figures look really good. And that's just an awesome pose.
Yeah, and that is soft goods. So, I mean, there's no way to make that pose without it right there. It's with the hilt kind of hanging on the skirt, if you will. But yeah, Darth Malak, we've been wanting these for a long time. I'm super happy as I mean, Star Wars Black Series is the main toy collected as an adult until the pandemic. It was basically Star Wars Black Series cherry picking, and then the pandemic happened, and our ex-president wanted to give us all kind of money, so I bought all the shit on Mercari and eBay I could from Black Series I didn't have that I wanted, hence the background. But yeah, I'm really pleased because these are new characters. We're seeing some new molds here, and some great use of, you know, great reuse here too. They just look fantastic in my opinion. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, and you can reuse molds as long as they look good. I mean, you know, G.I. Joe in the 80s, they reused so many molds for different figures, but they worked. So
I'm just happy we have people watching and we're not talking about G.I. Joe. Thanks, guys. It said we're not talking about customs. We're not talking about G.I. Joe yet. And give us a second. And you guys are watching us talk Star Wars, so this is fantastic. But yeah, these are way long overdue. Let's go run through the comments here. All right, here we go. We got people pre-ordering stuff from MCM, so obviously they're doing their job. And yeah, I have both Ravens. I have the one Reven, the one from Gaming Greats with GameStop. Oh, another thing is these Gaming Greats are not GameStop exclusive anymore. They're fan channel, I believe. So that's pretty cool.
That's a nice change of pace.
Yes. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much, Curator. Appreciated it. G.I. Joe perfected the reuse. Ooh, there we go. Cool. All right. So pipeline reveals. Our 17th Ahsoka. But no, this is, I believe, a younger version. So that's cool. Obviously animated. Magna Guard. That's terrific. Let's do a bigger look at that. Magna Guard. Phase 2, of course, they did the reuse, you know, with the pinless joints and stuff for Phase 1 Clone Trooper. So we're getting Phase 2s. If you got them all like me and you bought that Entertainment Earth pack on eBay for hundreds of dollars, yeah, you probably will have to just forgive the articulation. And of course, we haven't had Bad Batch Season 2 yet, but we do know there is more characters coming along. And if you don't want to buy the new uniform, you can move along, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the best thing about this. You know, you get to a point where a line is matured to where you have most of these figures. If something new comes out and you're like, I just don't want it, then you don't have to get it.
Yep. And I do want to comment on Matt's comment here because fan channel can also include Amazon as well. It's not it's kind of like every other thing or whatever. So look at this. So I need another Omega. Yeah, you're gonna need them all because. I mean, look at we're seeing an older version of her, and yeah, I mean, we get, you know, some different deco there. I mean, you know, the beauty is if you already have an Omega, you can wait for a sale. Amazon's been killing it with the coupon sales lately, so there's no rush on that. All right, so the physically limited don't get mad. Let's go to the vintage collection for our 118 friends. I'll go fast. I don't collect TVC, but you're getting a Cassian Andor Aldani look here with this one. And let's see what else we got. Okay, Paz Vizsla, which should be arriving maybe today, maybe this week. The 112 scale Black Series exclusive from PulseCon. Jon Favreau. This one doesn't have the Favreau sculpt, but this is the vintage collection. This is a great looking vintage collection fig, Ryan.
I don't collect the 118th anymore, but I will say this for Star Wars.
Yeah,
they found a nice niche with this, and it's helping keep their collectors still happy. So,
Yeah, it's not too bad. And so just to round it out, we got speeder bike with Scout. So there's, again, this is 118 versions here. And then we got Woof. We got the Skiff Guards. So that's Nikto and Kithaba, if I'm butchering it. Oh, well. And then the most famous of all, because of the most famous Star Wars influencer of all, Yak Face, the Salt Mirai. So yeah, it's we're finally getting a Yak Face again in vintage collection. And this is the Kenner Art 40th, celebrating Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. And of course, the pipeline here is we have Moff Jerjerrod, and of course, Cad Bane. That's the Book of Boba Fett, Cad Bane, the Black Series one released on Amazon not too long ago. And Neen Num. So a very funny, awesome deep cut there. Great selection, vintage collection. They were crying through the whole pandemic, but they're starting to get what they deserve, right? So,
Yeah.
all right. And one of the moments you've all been waiting for is G.I. Joe.
There we go.
All right, G.I. Joe Classified. Take it away, man. We talked a little Shadow Tracker. Let's do it right now. It's the Cobra Predator himself or herself. Who knows?
Yeah, this is the Rise of Cobra line, which I believe it was
Pursuit of Cobra.
Pursuit of Cobra. Yeah, sorry. The Boss Fight Studios guys helped do a lot of these sculpts for this. And this Shadow Tracker was just like one of those awesome home run figures. You know, it's a mix of just a whole bunch of different figures that they were able to create this just crazy, awesome, 4-inch figure that on the secondary market, if you could find it, was going for like $100 at a time. So seeing this in that 1/12 scale, I really am excited to see what Lenny and company can do with this figure.
You have to address this comment. No, so that selfie, just to be clear, that was Ryan. That was not me. That was a picture of our cover art, and it looks pretty. If you're looking at Ryan right now, right? So it looks like him. But sometimes that selfie series works out, and a lot of times it doesn't. But
I think if you're a bald-headed dude with a beard, it works perfectly. But hairstyles just don't come out very good.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you get that whole gimmick going on. Yeah. No idea who Shadow Tracker is. So do you have any education on this?
Yeah, so he was basically, he hunts his Joes through the jungle. With this particular line, they had a Duke, Rakondo, and a couple other figures. They had a jungle bat. But he hunts bladed and
no, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Audio got messed up. Go ahead. I'll let you say that again.
I was going to say, he doesn't have a gun. It's a spear. It's a big knife. It's a net. It's bow and arrow. So with the Pursuit of Cobra line, they had them like Arctic, then they had the jungle, then they had the desert, and they would have Joes and Cobras that were specific for those areas. So it was an awesome line. For whatever reason, it never gained traction, and it was here and gone. But this is a really great figure, and I want to see what Lenny does with it.
Yeah, so Shadow Tracker apparently works for Warner Brothers because no guns allowed here with this guy. So Todd McFarlane would like this one. So yeah, he is your Cobra Wilderness Guide. He will take you through the Disneyland jungles and make sure you're okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's tremendous. I don't think they're going to go bright yellow at first. I think Lenny likes the more subdued. He's very big on realism, as you can tell by a lot of the Real American Hero stuff being very realistic. So yeah, I think that what I want to see from Shadow Tracker is an unmasked head, face sculpt. So maybe there isn't a whole lot of story, right? Because it's pretty much a toy. Have we had any expanded lore on this guy?
No, because he was from that line. But I think what makes this figure so awesome is you don't have that unmasked head. And because you don't, it just adds that layer of mysteriousness to it. I get where you're coming from. Like, it'd be cool to see him unmasked, but man, I'd be okay just keeping it.
But this is their turn to tell the story. So if you do an unmasked head, then you're putting you're putting your boots down on the lore of G.I. Joe, which is what we're going to talk about after this. But yeah, it would be cool to see, and I know Lenny's big on that too. You pay homage to these characters, but then you're like, well, they never did this, they never did that. Why not? Maybe you got a Dr. Mindbender. Maybe there's a tie in there where he's like, his face is disfigured, it's disformed, and he's not happy, and that's why he goes out in the wilderness. And there's a whole story. He was scratched almost to death by these tigers, clawed in the face, and then hence the whole Tiger Force. He's after them. Maybe you could create so many stories with these characters that were just toys before, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah. I mean, it's like Red Skull underneath. It's weird. Here we go. Oh, look at this. I think James Gunn will get it. Of course. That's a great joke. Boom. Great. How do we have less people watching now that we're talking G.I. Joe? Well, we're going to do Star Wars from now on. You all had to go back to work. Your boss came over, I guess. All right, cool. All right. So next up, mole rats. And as you can see, there's a whole picture of troop builders and green shirts. And that's because Emily Bader herself said during the panel or an interview later on that these would be troop builders. So it's not the pack rat. And these could be green shirts, but they could also be a few other things. It could be a swamp rat trooper as well. What do you think about? Is that a possibility?
It could be. I think it's a new figure, and she did say it's a new figure as well too, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this will be the first one that they actually delve into creating something new.
Right, which is what Mark Weber's been asking for 3 years now. Shout out to What's on Joe Mind. But yeah, he's like, are they ever going to create anything? Well, maybe now they will. Maybe it won't be a swamp rat. Maybe it'll be a combination. What do you think this is going to be ultimately? I'm putting you on the spot. I know you got a hunch.
I have a hunch because they did Shadow Tracker, and he was from the Pursuit of Cobra line.
Right.
And that made me think of other people from there. I know they're going to do the Jungle Bat because they've already got the Bat mold and it's just adding camo. But they also had the zombie figures. So I'm wondering if we might get a zombie figure that could be the mole rat, or something like that would be cool. I don't know though. I think you just said it's a new figure, and that figure that you just showed, that would be awesome if they could do something like that. So
you mean the swamp rat?
Yeah.
But you're saying could be a zombie Cobra Trooper, which is a lot of people have been using the What If Captain America with their Cobra Troopers and making some great customs out of that. So
yeah, and that was
things.
And that was the figure they came out with the Pursuit of Cobra line, and it was one of the harder ones to get. And actually, I believe it was Mark Weber. They brought it back during the 50th in a 2-pack so that you could actually get the figure because it was so rough to get during that time frame. So I don't know. If I had my choice, I would rather see this swamp rat than a zombie, because I think that just would be cool to have a new troop type figure to have.
I agree. So look at this: mole rats versus muskrat. It almost works, right? So we'll see. And maybe it's possible that they don't have the copyright anymore for swamp rat, so they're going with mole rat. Or maybe they just a design choice that gives them a reason to be mole, or maybe mole rats are a code name. Maybe we start doing code names now. Who knows, right? Jungle Bat. Oh, look out! Andrew's here. He's here for the ladies. Sup, ladies? Sick bastard. Yeah, kind of like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, right? The S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. We got.
I've never been the fan of the green shirts because Joe's were always specialized. Mm-hmm. So I never understood why they would have green shirts.
Yeah, well, the fans are asking for it, so I think. And they at Comic-Con, we had when we did the interview with Emily and Lenny, they made a comment on green shirts and that they wanted to see more troop builders, even for GI Joe as well, not just Cobra Troopers. Of course, they gave us the officer.
Steel Battalion would be nice too.
This is funny. It's Fred Savage. He's a millennial. And this is a good comment right here. Bees Battlegrounds. What's up, man? Guy's killing it with his reviews lately. Good. What was it? The Tiger Ram, right? He did. Good guy, cannon fodder. Yeah, I agree. I think, yeah. It's off duty. You know, your first year duty. Yeah, they're grunts. Hence the name, right? So. And the cartoon did have them. Yes, they're all over the place. Actually, they're background actors. Like, so
yeah, no, and I get people wanting them. I just with my opinion. So,
but it's all right. Okay, so we're good here. And speaking of troopers, right? We got ourselves some ladies. Andrew's happy. Sups, ladies. So we got the female Cobra troopers here. Well, how do you feel? Well, it's a Cobra trooper and an officer. They're bringing back the gold, man. How do you feel?
Yeah, the gold is the only thing that kind of threw me. I would have preferred him to have the same, the black on both of them. The heads are swappable. The helmet will be, something that can, delineate which one is the officer and which one's not. I guess it's just a simple head swap. I get it. I think this is cool. The club came out with that 3-pack of Cobra female troopers, and they were awesome. So I hope that these live up to that hype as well too. So
yeah, now
I know I'm getting packs of these for sure.
Yeah, take a look at the right side of the screen, and you get a very unique mask there, right on the right side of the. What do you think of that? You know what I'm talking about? The one with the black there and the red visor. That's a very unique alternate mask. You have a thought on that?
I thought Emily said something like for like skydive, like paratrooper or something like that. But I think it just gives you another head for just a generic type trooper that you can make, for these blue shirts. Mm-hmm. So I think it's an easy layup. Troop builder pack. You have an officer and a regular soldier. Everything looks pretty much interchangeable. It's one of these easy layups, and they should be doing it. So,
yeah, I think it's gold, but I think if it was tan, it wouldn't be so vibrant in this image. This is a picture of a screen at a convention, and it kind of pops. So I think it's gold, but I could be wrong. I mean, especially against the blue, that's looking like gold to me. I don't know, man. I'm not.
And that looks like a little bit of a brighter blue than what they normally are. So hopefully it's a little bit more muted when we get to see it.
For sure. And they're making some great guns. Yeah, I mean, that's, I don't know if you'll need a gridiron set with these. Probably. He's going to make one anyway. But the thing is, you buy 2 packs and then you could use the Hasbro guns and mix them up with gridiron. But yeah, these look fantastic. It's hard to really tell because we haven't gotten any. I thought we would have official images by now. I was like, yeah, we'll shoot it. We'll do a Wednesday recording because we'll have all the official images, but I don't think they've come out yet. There you go. If you're as good as Skew Raider, that's comic style. Get your shit together. I don't know what he's talking about. Sick. Yeah, I love the black. No, I was gonna make a point about this. The blast effects with the 2-pack now, kind of like I myself have not gotten the Viper because I thought Amazon was going to roll out a coupon for that for $10 off or $12 off, but it hasn't happened yet. So I'm kind of being patient with the Viper 3-pack. Do you have it?
Yes. Yeah. I like it because the colors are muted. It's not that bright red like the original Viper. So it looks like they've seen some shit. So, I like the 3-pack. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Shout out
and the blast effects are nice too.
Yep. Shout out to Mark II Design. He was actually in the last stream in the chat. So yeah, he makes a lot of the Valaverse guns. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And yeah, it's very cool. And shout out to Leanne watching from the UK. Now, I want to ask Leanne this. Was MCM London Comic-Con, that's your San Diego Comic-Con? Did you try to go? Did you have to work and not go? what was it? What did it feel like over there where you're at? Kind of just the fallout of this whole thing with MCM London. I'd love to know from someone who's there, and Ray Murphy as well. Let us know how was it in Europe? You know, how did it feel? Yeah, I passed for now too. I'm waiting for a sale, but I want to pay like 25 each. It's kind of, I don't care how many blast effects there is. I think 75 is good. I don't think 85 to 90 is a little high, in my opinion. But yeah, this is a fantastic set. As Matt Rubin said, this is this is a prize. Here you go. These people in the chat are just wild, dude. Oh, so here we go. She answered, I couldn't go as I had to work. Okay, but what's the hysteria? Like, I don't know. I guess being on the internet, we're all connected, so maybe there's not much of a difference. But I know when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con, it's a big freaking deal. So I'm wondering, I don't think I've even heard of MCM London Comic-Con until recently. So
remember, they're British though, so they're not as crazy as we are. So
well, I beg to differ. So here we go. Big Ben, Big Ryan. What do you think of our friend here? And what do you think of that gas mask, man? That's new.
I think it's a cool accessory. It just makes me think this will be a one of the figures that it's like $34.99, the deluxe figures. Just because of the amount of guns and everything you get. I'm hoping not, but I think it's a great figure. It's just a cool figure. Nice homage to the original. The swappable head will be cool too.
Yeah, no, the swappable head's a nice surprise. I'm getting a little bit of Tunnel Rat vibes from this guy. And yeah, the guns do look pretty good. They're getting better and better and better with each pack. Yeah, with the kind of like the paint he's got going on, I'm getting a little Tunnel Rat. I love the heavy armor. It's really cool. And man, the color scheme is really dope. Of course, this was Big Ben is a UK character, so this was a great reveal to have at this event, and it was the main event. So you want to add any more about Big Ben?
I think it's just another home run. It just shows that, the Lenny and Emily and that whole team, they get it. And we're seeing the figures with a nice mix of the past and the present. So it looks like the older figures, but it still has that mix of, newness to it. It has, a little bit more of that military feel that we'll see now.
Here's your answer. Looks like a 249 MG, and it's better than the M60.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of an amalgamation, which I get because you got to worry about, having to have an exact replica of a gun and then somebody coming after you for, licensing and different stuff like that. So I think they're doing a good job of giving us just enough realistic looking gun. And again, if it's something you don't like, there's great 3D printers out there who make some amazing stuff. So.
For sure. Yeah, it's got a little Uzi Mac feel to it. But yeah, it's a pretty good looking rifle. So not too bad. They look better. They're looking better than the stuff they currently have. So pretty happy with this reveal. But yeah, man, I thought our friends brought it, right? For G.I. Joe Classified, and we kind of wish we knew that a couple of days ahead so we wouldn't be so upset. Of course, we're not really upset with our designer and marketing friends, but it's kind of like there is so much hype with this G.I. Joe brand because they are so hot and they are killing it. And they seem to be the action figure that is not too many people. And G.I. Joe is always known as, it's got the cheap fans, right, Ryan? It's the brand where
I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I was there too. Ross was a great show. Going to Ollie's and buying stuff clearance, you don't understand. Of course, you kill the brand with that, but and look, this year the releases and reveals have been great. I think we still have that pain point of, I know there's folks that have had a lot of figures hit and that's hit their bank accounts and they're like, oh crap, and you still have Mindbender that should be coming out like pretty soon. And then Serpentor in December. So, it's going to be a good rest of the year. And then, man, 2023, we're going to be hit with a whole bunch of figures.
So I guess Analog Toys did a video on Big Ben. I didn't know that. So that's pretty cool. All right. Dopamine hit. That's exactly it. And yeah, I mean, at least we're getting stuff in our hand, right? So that's pretty good. But yeah, overall they did a pretty good job for this. Yeah, I don't know. Hence the apology. I don't even know where to go with this, Ryan. With GI Joe and kind of coming over from 1027 and going into MCM with what they did here.
And I think too, this is kind of that downtime for most toy manufacturers because it's Christmas. It's it's that time of the year where they have to have everything shipped out, and they just focus on what's coming up for next year. So I think we'll get probably maybe early in January a Joe stream, and we'll get some, I'm hoping, more concrete dates for when figures will be released, and maybe start talking about what to expect for late 2023 and into 2024.
And I'm glad you said January.
Yeah, I'm thinking January.
Okay, so hopefully we don't have to wait that long because we have a special guest tapped in. I don't want to say the name just in case the powers that be defunct it, but we do have someone from Hasbro, from GI Joe, and they are willing to be on. They want to be. They actually were going to be on this show, but it's a process to get people from Hasbro on the show. And yeah, guys, really, the only reason I apologize is so I can have Hasbro people on as guests. No, kidding. But yeah, one of the designers wants to be on the show, and I'm excited to have him on. And hopefully, we don't have to wait till January to have him on as a special guest. That's going to be awesome. So bring the whole mother load here and hang out with. Thou should not be named for now, and yeah, it'll be a good time. Hopefully, it happens and happens sooner than later. I don't know what else we got. You have any final thoughts on Joe before we move on to some of these other things and talk Gridiron? I think we got about less than an hour, so we got plenty of time.
So I think for Joe, from where we started with that first wave to where we are today, I mean, I'm seeing, a couple more years of bright future for Joe. Hopefully,
a couple more years. That's it.
Well, I think Joe has a number of characters that you can release, right? But I think they need to figure out where the comic's going, who's going to take that over, and some sort of entertainment needs to happen. So, I think that will help even more. If Emily, as long as Emily doesn't, somehow end up being CEO of Hasbro here with the next couple of years, because, they just keep giving her more and more and more and more.
I know by the end of next year, she'll be on Transformers, back on Power Rangers.
Yes.
Probably not Marvel. They're in good hands with Ryan, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think Transformers might be okay because their Transformers and their HasLabs are great. They're already halfway through the funding, and it's only been a week, so I think
and
good.
Transformers has been that team has been smart because of the things that they, was it Galactus was the big one they put out, and that did okay, but I think that's that one holy grail. Like, we're going to do it. Here it is. Right. And then they've scaled back to more those niche characters, and they're priced more effectively compared to, what some of the other stuff is. So,
we couldn't leave this show or move on to anything else without talking about Dreadnok Ryan. We got some wonderful photos. She's sitting overseas. So speaking of overseas, she's currently, and this is a contender, right, for Joe of the Year, right? I classified figure of the year. So man, this is
damn, that figure is fire. I mean, that Zartan standing behind her is a little bit creepy, but yeah, depending on what state that they live in, they might be able to get away with it. But it's a great figure. Again, I'm going to shill for Lenny on this. He gets it, and you're seeing, damn, that's just a beautiful figure. And I was worried with the changeable hair and all that stuff, but I mean, that's a home run. I can't wait to see what they continue to do. I hope we get like a Xena. It would be cool to get the Cold Slither edition from San Diego Comic-Con that they did in the 1/18th scale, where she's in, all black and has the Cold Slither kind of shirt on with the world tour. But I mean, just an amazing looking figure.
Yeah, everyone's loving it. And is a good point here, just to backtrack a second, Matt. Yeah, they're very affordable. I personally didn't know anything about the Victory Saber and the Deathsaurus until I watched Toy Connections videos.
Yep.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole with HasLabs for Transformers, but I think they're amazing. And we will talk Transformers in not too long. But yeah, this figure, man, this wave needs to arrive soon. Now, I did hear that, I think it was my man Fred Broca on Instagram. He was saying he dropped Dusty's pre-order. He just hated it. And then I think, and then what was it? Romo he got his from Walmart just now. Our guy right here, Romo. Did you open your Dusty? Yeah, I was on the phone with him today, and I forgot to ask him that. Or did it just ship? I think it just shipped. You didn't get it. Oh, here we go. Shout out to Giles, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a crazy. We're gonna have an episode with Giles soon. Not the next one, but the one after for the Terror Drones. Awesome comments. Battle of the Bands.
Yeah, and Mark, you guys are killing it. You're killing my wallet every day. It's now, the wife goes, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I just show her the Gridiron website. It's like, this is what I want. So
that's what's up. So stay tuned. We will talk about, we're saving it for last because we need to keep you guys here. So what's next? All right. We were talking about Transformers, and man, I saw you post this. So I got to ask, I think this is cool. I look, I didn't buy any of the holiday Star Wars stuff last year, which was ridiculous because it came out after Christmas. This year, people are finding, and shout out to Dave Speck, who's in the live chat right now. He found the Mandalorian Holiday Trooper today, so it's before Christmas, right? So that's good timing on Hasbro. Again, I'm sorry, Hasbro. You're doing good. But here we go. What do you think of this? Up to Christmas.
I think it's just one of those cool, quirky, wacky type of things for a Transformer collector, or hell, heaven forbid, even a kid to see something like this on the shelf. It's a no-brainer. It's a fun thing to do for Christmas. Get it out there. I'm good with this.
What about that comment, Ryan? Do you want to see some Christmas Joe action?
I think it would be kind of funny if we did get, a holiday-themed Destro or Cobra Commander or, Snake Eyes or something else like that. So,
yeah, Cobra Claws are coming to town, remember? I mean, that's a thing.
Sergeant Slaughter dressed up as Santa Claus would be cool. I mean,
I think this is Santa Roadblock. They want to come out with another Roadblock. They're biting their fucking sugar cookies, wanting to come out with another Roadblock. So just give him some Santa garb. Maybe he's shuffling up a nice turkey for his friends on Christmas.
Yeah,
or a ham.
This is an awesome. It's just an awesome thing to do at Christmas, and it's one of those things where if you're, a hardcore collector and you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. So
now this Dusty that just shipped, this is his overpriced bullshit one from Walmart. This isn't the one that you guys paid $24 or $22 for. So yeah, that was funny. I think I got ganged up by Rick Lopez and company because they're like, "Don't you buy Gridiron?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I buy Gridiron because I don't pay $40. Except I did it once, right? The Stalker wave. I couldn't wait. And then of course a month later they shipped. No, look, again, Matthew, this is from a third party overseas or something. This is not the Dusty has not shipped in America, neither has Zorana, and what's the other one?
Oh, it was Crimson. Well, Crimson Guard did ship. Oh,
yeah, just BBTS. Yeah. I have two from BBTS, and none of them shipped. They could have shipped with Sarge. So again, my Sergeant Slaughter, of course, is coming tomorrow. That's funny. And we are going to talk Gridiron soon. Stick around. Some Nam gear. Everybody's asking him for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mark and Quaid and the rest of the crew over there, they've got their roadmap is just full of cool things. Just be patient.
Oh yeah. All right. I like it. I think it's cool. I won't buy it, but this is the other reveal they had from MCM. Not doing Legacy, but it's it's kind of a variant of what was the goddamn
Perceptor.
Perceptor. Yeah, I have Perceptor. But yeah, I'm not buying every variant of Transformers that's out there. I'm not doing that.
No, and if you are a collector of Transformers, this is kind of one of those things where you can say, this is one that I want. So, I love that figure. I had that figure as a kid, and it was just one of the best Transformers.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
It was a no-brainer. Ironhide is shipping from Amazon, and I was waiting for a cheaper sale, and now it's sold out in scalper prices. So, I guess whatever. If you live in Southern California and find Ironhide, let me know. So, I guess Ironhide is not just Amazon though. I think it's in Target. So, Santa loadout. Oh, here we go. Oh man. Well, we're gonna talk Halloween, the Spooktacular. So why not another Gridmiss? But actual Gridmiss loadouts would be cool, right? Right.
Yeah, Mark and company make reindeers that are loaded out with machine guns and missile launchers and shit.
Cobra claws. Someone's gonna do it, and he lives in Arizona. All right. Look at this. Ryan's favorite subject. Ryan, you said it was a bad idea. No, you're not so mean about it, but you said it was a bad idea. But guess what? We're all marked safe from wasting $350 on a Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider Engines of Vengeance. I'll be nice. I did say this is not my picture. So, but here we go. So anyway, but that's all I have to say about it. We're moving on. But this was a funny joke. I sent it to Dan. I was like, what's up with these scalper prices, fool? Somehow the next day, she's shipping from Pulse. Black Panther. Now, we think it's Shuri, but it could be anybody else. But still, the Black Panther character is shipping from Pulse before everyone else. That doesn't happen, Ryan.
It did, though, for a couple figures. But I think Emily said, I don't remember, it was a while ago, she said that Hasbro ships to retailers when they have their complete order. So I think whoever orders the least gets their shit first, and then they ship it out. So maybe that's what happened with this for Pulse. They had the fewest, order quantity, and it's coming out. It would be cool to see, who this character really turns out to be. So
yeah. And just want to put this on me. While we're here, I'm going to do a little plunder. So Amazon, if you're kind of cherry picking, waiting for deals, Amazon has coupons. Now, shout out to Paternia. He's awesome. He hits us up with notifications nonstop. And I'm getting all of these for like anywhere from $7 to $9 off. So I'm like, why not? Right? Why not get the wave? Early reviews are good. I mean, as you know, almost every Marvel movie is good. This one's really cool. And shout out to KJ, the Black Angus, because he did some Blue Marvel X cross Black Panther stuff today. And that looks cool. I might have to steal that idea and make me like a Sidney Poitier Black Panther, man. Poitier. And we got another one. This is a kind of a deluxe, a little bit, not too much, but. And Nikia's come up with some extra stuff. But yeah, I'm only short a couple, I think one or two now to make the wave. But let me know if you're collecting the Wakanda Forever. But yeah, I was surprised to see this. And the point of this is like, why can't this happen a lot more often? Why can't Hasbro Pulse beat other retailers to the punch every so often, just so we feel as premium members like we're getting something out of it? Because think about it. this was the only drop from Marvel Legends, and you get free shipping with premium. So therefore, I'm justifying my $50 a year because not only is it free shipping on all those hefty HasLabs, right? And God knows I got most of them. So it's like that saves you the money there. But in this right here, where it's like a $25 figure, but I'm getting free shipping, I felt really good about it because I'm getting it first. I'm not paying shipping. You know, it's from Pulse, and it was good. It felt good to be a Pulse Premium member, and was like, why can't this happen more often, Ryan? Seriously, I know you explained it, but still.
Because Target and Walmart and all the other retailers buy more stuff than what Pulse does. But that's why.
I know.
And I'll be honest, the only reason I have the Pulse membership is because free shipping is always a good thing. And if you order enough figures off Pulse, you know, you pay $5 or $6 at BBTS, you know, whatever you pay from Dorkside, Entertainment Earth, you know, I can order the figures and I don't pay extra for shipping. So that makes it worth it to me.
Right. And so, Craig, here's a comparison. I love your comment because I usually do feel like a premium chump. But in this instance, where there's a character I want that some heavy YouTube influencer friends of the channel bought on eBay, and they were like, fuck it. I bought it from a friend who saw it on eBay or whatever it was. And this was not available on, and it's actually available for pre-order on fan channels right now. So Dorkside, Entertainment Earth, and BBTS have it set for later this month, or actually one of them said January, and we're getting it shipped. Mine shipped today from Hasbro. That just felt good. And it's like just a little more often. And like I would be, even if it's one drop a month for each brand, it would be really cool, or even less than that. I'd be okay with it. But yeah, these pictures are from Paternia. And so that's why I had to get this today. Sorry, my toys are fun. I had to get this. And once again, Amazon has the Legends. This just came out a month ago or 2 months ago, maybe. This is the repack, right? And the redeco of Shuri. Now, we don't know she's Black Panther. We have our suspicions because in the comic she is. But I wanted those gauntlets and the face sculpt to kind of emulate what we're getting over here. So it's like really cool. And then here's another photo you can see. She's got the gauntlets from Shuri. So I think she scales really well. She looks awesome. I love the jacket there. Yeah, it's really, she's very toyetic, very fun.
Yep. Right. And hey, you know what? You can make whatever figure the way you want it. So you want it to be Shuri, then damn, make it happen.
Now he's right about this. Rick is right because I mean, if you're getting HasLabs, it pays for itself right there. You know what I mean? So,
or you're ordering exclusive con stuff because you can actually order it before everybody else.
So you said you bought 20 or 25 times this year from Pulse for $6.99 each. You overspent on your you tripled, or you went crazy because the premium membership is $50, right?
Yep.
So, you said I see what you're saying. You're saying you not had premium, you would have, And shout out to Figure God, man. You're always making me laugh. You're a good guy. I love everything you do. And awesome photography. Always sharing the links. Please do it. This is a good time to, in case you're not a subscriber yet, please hit that bell for show notification. Like the show. You know, we've had a good turnout. Like the show. And we're going to just dive into a little Marvel. And we're going to hit Gridiron. We're going to let you guys go watch baseball and wrestling and all that fun stuff. So here we go. So this was the other one, sticking with somewhat Wakanda, but this is a What If figure. Eric Killmonger. This is an Amazon exclusive. Little bit of a deco change in the face, brighter colors to match kind of that What If world. Very expensive figure. Not gonna lie about that here. But Amazon, if you're patient, in a month you might get it for the price you want. But I saw the Infinity Ultron with a Eric Killmonger face sculpt, and man, I might have to grab this just for that because that looked really cool. I love what people are doing with the kit bashing. It's pretty awesome.
And it's just an awesome looking figure. I mean, it looks really good. So
it's just highly priced, and so it's Amazon. Be patient, you'll get it cheaper. So what else we got? Okay, so these two, Ultimate Captain America, and Extremis Iron Man. I have you may have seen, I have a cool little Dio Iron Man setup. I think you do too, or you did, right? You got rid of it. I
Yeah,
think
I
you're
did.
the one who introduced me. You introduced me to that set from Shop Disney, from that Hall of Armor.
Yeah, because you could pick them up for like freaking like 15, 16, $20 or something. Dirt
20.
cheap.
I think it's so cheap, and it's awesome because I got like a Black Panther holo and a holo of Tony Stark, and yeah, this will add nice to it. I think I almost paid a premium on this on eBay just because of that Hall of Armor, and now I don't have to. The Extremist, so yeah, it looks really cool. And so this wave right here, Ultimate Cap. Remember, that's the Mark Millar comic when they did the Ultimates, and so that's where we got Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury, which became a reality, right? So this is kind of like he's still a good guy Cap, but he's definitely more brutal in the Ultimate comic. And yeah, Extremis Iron Man, they have their stuff going on, but they joined the wave with Classic Orb, the previously shown Classic Orb, the Molecule Man, the Wonder Man, Yelena Belova, of course, the Black Widow. That's the comic version, and Baron von Strucker with the Tony Stark glove. And there were some more reveals here. We'll fly through it. Oh yeah, that's another. Look at the cool poses. Look at that face on Cap, though. So funny.
Well, that Cap and Iron Man are those A-list characters where you're going to get them in a set. Yep.
Oh, here we go. Is a good comment here. Yep, it's reuse, and yeah, it was $9.99, but we're living in a different world now. So just gotta play the patient game. That's what I do with Marvel Legends. I don't, unless it's like an exclusive I absolutely fucking need. I'm not paying more than a coupon 20% off price.
And you've got to pay what you feel comfortable with paying, and don't feel like you have to get a figure just because. Spend what you want to spend.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so joining, and then we see that it's a live shot from MCM London, and we got Reaver Pretty Boy there. That's what a body on that thing. What the hell? So I see. What was that?
That's just all hell.
Yeah, look, you're getting a clean shield. Yeah, good point. He's talking about the 40th there. Yeah. And then, okay, so this is Zero.
Just good reuse of that ring from Doctor Strange and
the Target one. The Defenders Strange, yeah. And then there's another random choice. To quote my man Boog, a random choice. It's random. X-Men villain, of course. You know what? They're doing some deep cuts. So shout out to Dwight, Ryan, and Dan. They're giving some of the hardcore fans of Marvel Legends and Marvel Comics what they want.
Yep.
And then there's Vertigo. Very cool figure. I love the bewitched hair, kind of just like that wave going on. It's very cool. Yeah. So not a bad wave. So this will be part of a 5-pack that includes the previously released Strife, and then of course Pretty Boy, as we showed, the Reaver. And then here we go. Studios. I bet you Mark left.
Yeah, and real quick, those 5-packs are just a great way for the Marvel team to get those figures out and to pay for them all in one. So
exactly. I need you to talk for a minute because I'm going to text Mark and tell him that we're talking about his ass right now. So talk about Spooktacular in this 4-day event. Did you buy anything yet? How do you feel about it?
So my cart is still full. So it's going to be my Christmas gift. My wife has been nice enough to say, pick all the stuff that you want. Mark and his 2 boys and the rest of the team there, I don't know where they come up with some of the craziness and the designs, but damn, Quaid killed it with that knock gear. It was Knocktober. Well, no, it's Knockvember now, baby. And then we'll go into Knock.
We got Quaid in here.
The man himself.
Uh-oh.
Dude, Quaid, thank you. You crazy, crazy genius, you. The blood split. the blood splattered equipment, the chainsaws, everything
the
else.
McRib. It's the McRib of the collection. Everyone's excited. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Love it. Love it. We're now 85 minutes in. You guys are sticking around waiting for all the fun stuff. So, yeah, look, the real Captain Gridiron. Here we go.
You know, and we always hear, you know, the golden age of toy collecting and different stuff like that. Right now is the golden age, because if you get a toy and you don't like what it comes with, or, you know, you want to make some small changes to it, there's so many creators out there who have stuff that allows you to kit bash and customize your figures to make them look the way that you want them to. So, you know, that's where it goes back to what I'm saying. Like, just enjoy this hobby for what it is. And if you get something you don't like, then make it into something you do. I mean, go to Giles's Instagram account. That crazy mofo is making some absolute fire. That Xandar changes color in sunlight. That's how crazy that cat is. He figured out how the hell to do that.
Yeah, Yojo ARAH, like a real American hero. That is that's what we got. That's Giles' account, right?
But you know, Doc's killing it. But then, you know, Quaid, you know, you that freaking bazooka loadout kit, I sit and I play with that damn thing all day long. And the jet jump pack is just absolutely amazing. You know, you just can't put them down. It's just awesome. And now that all those, that stinking Captain Gridiron kit, and then the fridge kit, and then, you know, the road pig kit, it's like, damn. Now I got to find me a gung-ho that I can make road pig out of. And then, you know, they throw in, you know, a free pew-pew, which, you know, is awesome. And I know there was folks saying, hey, can we get some of the classic-looking weapons? So there's the old G.I. Joe, you know, classic laser rifle.
See that? Even the biggest assholes in the world are shills for something. No, just kidding, Tony. All right. So these were the freebies that whenever they do an event, whenever Mark and Quaid and company and Colin, when they do this stuff, they give you free shit. So each day through the 4 days, we got free guns. Which is your favorite here? I look at one of those and I'm thinking like, man, Gears of War. Crowd that Chris, you know, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that old school G.I. Joe gun. I saw that and I'm like, damn, that just looks so nice. Mm-hmm. You know, and Colin, that's who does a lot of the mixing of the resins. I mean, you know, a lot of 3D printed resin stuff is real brittle. The Gridiron stuff has that little bit of that give to it that gives it just that extra little bit of strength that you can, you know, if it drops off, you're not breaking your figure. So it's great. I just love it. You guys are doing a great job. And thank you for all that you do for the community.
Absolutely. Show full life. All right. So we started off leading up to the Spooktacular. We had a good week or two. And I know this is one of your favorite figures. This is one of mine. I mean, I did a review on it pretty early. Stalker. Now we're getting out. I forgot to ask Mark this. Maybe he could answer this in the chat room. Are we going to see a Stalker loadout, or is this part of it? Because we got obviously we have the, you know, the grenade vest and everything, and the harness, if you will. And then we got this awesome grenade bandolier as well. So, well, that's a grenade bandolier, but we also have the gun to go with it. But yeah. So what what was it? The gun. It's got the faded paint to it. So the rustic black. So yeah, what do you think? You think are we getting a Stalker loadout, or is this it? Is this part of it? Because I want these, and I don't know if I should buy it now or wait for a Stalker loadout. Ryan, what do you think?
You know he's going to come up. They're going to come up with something crazy. Just admit to yourself, you know, that when you purchase that, them crazy cats are going to come out with something new. Mm-hmm. It's like every time I complete an order, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, by the way, we just put this out," and you're like, "Son of a biscuit!"
Oh, before I order it, I have to shoot them a line and be like, "Is it okay to order? Or are you going to hit us up with like 5 of your items of the year, and usually he'll tell me, wait till Monday, wait till Friday, wait till he'll be honest. He'll tell me to wait. And so here we go. Anthony Know It All. All right. So this was
yeah, but you know what, Anthony? Read
What's
some
up?
of the old Joe comics, and Stalker had a gun like that. So
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was perfect for Stalker, especially with that bandolier. So I'm happy to just buy those two and call it a day. But I'll wait and see if he's got a loadout coming. So, but yeah, look at that. That's with the Viper 3-pack coming out. This was perfect timing for this assault loadout. Now, what do you think was the motivation behind this in comparison to the other Viper loadouts that we saw previously?
I think it's that Snake Eyes backpack with the grappling hook and that cord, which is elastic, which just makes it absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see something, and I know they'll probably make it for the Vipers, the Alley Vipers, because it had that gun that had the all now. Yep, yeah, it had the grappling hook. Would be nice.
Answer about the Stalker loadout. So I know I ain't getting that until I see it. But I like this comment too. Motor City are written across the rifle. Firing
Detroit, baby.
Firing through the grapple hook. Yes, badass. So yeah, that was that well said on that, Ryan. That's absolutely it. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and these two.
You're talking football. It's so I have some bad news. I got a trip to Arizona to go watch Monday Night Football, and Mark isn't going. He's got a family trip. I'm like, dude, for months I've been trying to go to Monday Night Football with you. The good news is, as soon as we land, we are going to record a Terradrome live episode, in person, meaning live. Might not be live on StreamYard, but we're doing a show, Romo, myself, and Mark, in December in Arizona at the base in the at the actual Gridiron Studios. Hopefully we get. So this is why we're not going live, because with that Wi-Fi that we had, we might just record it and edit it. So that way we don't fuck the whole thing up. But either way, man, these are amazing sets. Speaking of Gridiron, the Captain Gridiron set, and then the fridge. Ryan, go ahead, take it away, man.
I hated Captain Gridiron. I know people are gonna, I thought it was the dumbest figure ever. But seeing this loadout, I'm like, damn. I mean, I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna throw a little bit of shade at Hasbro. I hope that their starting lineup football helmets look as good as what Gridiron is doing. And if you're having questions, Hasbro, just look at what these crazy cats have done. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. That Gridiron loadout's just so crazy. Just so crazy. And then the fridge.
Yeah.
They made the fridge look cool.
But hold on, Ryan. The one episode where I apologized to Hasbro and shill through the whole thing, you threw shade at Hasbro on the
little
shill
bit of
episode.
Shade. No. Let me clarify. I threw
you threw shade at them. Don't hold back.
I threw a little constructive criticism because those helmets look amazing. Oh, Mutant League, anything would be awesome. Yes. Yeah, hey Mark, can we get some of these with, blood splatter, which would be really cool? Just saying.
Yeah, these are no-brainers. I just don't know if I have a Duke or a Cobra Island heavy-duty roadblock sitting around, because I got those guys kind of in a place where I like them. But I do know in the community, people have been painting the footballs. They've been painting the leather, if you will. These are, look at that case, the Captain Gridiron. That's just awesome. So yeah, it looks cool, and oh my god.
Well, and they've got they have a real chain on the fridge, weapon. It's not plastic. It's a freaking chain. That's just awesome.
Yeah. No, it's freaking nuts. And that's that body armor. Oh my god. The color scheme is wonderful. And look, it slips right over the Cobra Island roadblock, great because of the color pants, the tan. with the black. Everything fits perfectly. You don't need anybody else. And man, that I love that gold visor too as well on the
the gridiron is just awesome.
Yeah, that's insane. VV Condor. Why am I? Oh, Valiverse. Oh, yeah, okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. That makes sense. Yeah, you know what? They were having a sale, Wounded Warriors, where they were doing like, you know, a decent discount on some of these figures. So I may have some fodder actually for these now that I think about it. I had plans, but I may have to adjust those plans. That's what Gridiron's all about. You got plans for figures, and then they drop something, and you're like, shit, I'm going to have to call an audible on that. So, yeah, this is a total touchdown, Ryan. These are home run sets.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. But, you know, dude, this is just absolutely freaking bananas. Absolutely freaking bananas.
And you're the Dreadnok. It says it right there.
Yeah. I mean, the detail on that cinder block hammer, you look at the shoulder pads, or, you know, on this particular Road Pig looking figure, it's smaller than what the fridge pack were, but damn, it just looks so freaking Mad Max as hell. It's chef's kiss. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect.
No question.
Damn, I can't wait till I get this.
Yeah, look at these poses.
And all those gung hos that are still hanging up from the whatever they were released with, was the Alley Viper and the Bat. You know, hey, here you go.
Yeah, but those, I was talking to Mark earlier today, and I think those should be $5 or $6. Why are they still $20 at Target? You know what I mean? Like that's what fodder is about. Like, let us get at least $9.99 or something. Come on.
It's probably because Target's buyer is the Gridiron fan, and he's going, "Oh shit, we're not dropping the price on these anytime soon."
Oh my god. Yeah, dude, the whole Mad Max, the amalgamation of Mad Max Fury Road.
He's got the bolts. He's got the bolts for the crossbow on his arm, up on the armor itself. It's got the grenade. It's got that whatever freaking tusk type horn sticking out the. It's just freaking amazing. Damn.
Yeah, the M60 looks great. And man, yeah, that cinder block weapon is just, man, you know, even Lenny and Tony are smiling about this. And then the spiked helmet, the big spike on the shoulder pad. I mean, yeah, this is man, there's a lot of contenders for Gridiron set of the year, but this is one of them. More Dreadnok action. And we got the bats, and now we get the bloody zombie bat, Negan, and then we get the regular one. Yeah, this is the bloody zombie bat. That's that's a must.
Well, and it's perfect for the Dreadnoks, if you know, depending on what they are in your head canon. They're torturing
or the Dreadnoughts, if you got a bunch of stand-ins and body doubles waiting for the Hasbro stuff coming in. Yeah, this is it's another great set. And then here we go, right? Buzzer set. Look at the blast effect on top of the, you know, he had the all-in-one weapon, now kind of deconstructed down to a buzzsaw.
With the drum, you know.
Yeah, that
magazine. I mean, it's just it's freaking perfect. Damn.
He's ready to blow up a Joe facility too. With the tank there. Oh man, look at this. I'm just sitting here looking at this stuff. But yeah, I think when they released that Silent Interlude Snake Eyes, as well as Spirit, that opened up the door to a lot of things, because now we're starting to see incredible reuse in Gridiron, right? So that helps their cost and stuff like that as well. But now you're seeing it, you know, painted differently, different faded paints, different kind of scripture there. So yeah, it's not quite 1-to-1. You're getting a lot of faded effects with some of their stuff. But yeah, this is another top notch.
Plus,
then,
with the pegs that they put on the back, it's angled now to where it sits flush. It's, you know, it you don't have that gap like you have with some of the other action figures. So, if Quaid figured that out, kudos to him for, going, hey, we can do this, and then it makes the pack sit flush on the back. It's great.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a shill for these guys. You know what? They get it. And they put out stuff, they take chances, and it's just usually home runs.
Yep.
This is crazy too. I mean,
and you were the one who put were you the guy with the chainsaw on the back with the bloody chainsaw, right? And so now they're giving you a Gears of War chainsaw limited edition with a blast effect. And it's tremendous. And then that was a wrap on Spooktacular. Did you guys pre-order any of this stuff? Pre-order? What do you mean? It ships in a day, so it's an order.
Yeah,
ready to May order. But yeah, this was their Spooktacular. I thought it was just they've had a couple of great weeks. I mean, they've had a couple of great years. But I mean, as far as the last couple of weeks have really hit it, from the Stalker stuff, the Viper pack, to the Dreadnok sets. Yeah, it's just a really good.
And this, again, it just goes back to you can customize your action figures to make them look the way you want them to. And whether it's Gridiron, whether it's, JNS Customs, whether it's Muchas Gracias, there's just a lot of folks out there who are making amazing stuff that just take those action figures to that, upper level. Mm-hmm. Take it from that G League to the NBA, baby.
So, Dreadnok Ryan, what was your favorite set? I think I know the answer, but I'm not entirely sure. So what was your favorite?
It's the Road Pig. The only thing that would have made the Road Pig like Spinal Tap, ours go to 11, would have been if there just been some blood splatter on that cinder block. But that Road Pig set, that's 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. But you're not too bad with the brush. So you could add a little bit to it without ruining it. But
and that's an LA 10. That's not like a Michigan 10. This is an LA 10, so it's hot.
I love that set. I think that's the best, easily. But if I were to go second, man, just the fridge set caught me by surprise. I knew they were doing gridiron stuff, like actual gridiron stuff, and I'll see him leading up to the gridiron when my Patsies beat the hell out of this Cardinals. But I didn't expect a fridge set like that, and especially a modern classified fridge set. Now we need a fridge figure, right? So, I know a lot has been said. We've mentioned it several times. We'd love to see fridge either joining, classified or Voliverse, or just getting him back. Put a few bucks in his pocket would help. Would be nice.
Well, and when my buddy over at Surveillance Port, who's not into this 6-inch scale, now all of a sudden has bought 6-inch figures because of Gridiron. You know how good their stuff is. So,
yeah, I'm starting to see that a lot. All right, we have a question, or is it for the chat? Oh, great, here we go. Oh, in the chat. Oh, okay, I like that. Ryan, you want to give an answer to that?
So I have both, or if it's a custom that I've done, a lot of my customs that I have, I give away. Because it's fun for me just to make them. But, I think if you have one and you're happy with it, then don't buy a new one. If you want the new one, then buy it. I'll be honest with you. I have my custom my custom Dreadnoks, but I'll still get all the Dreadnoks. But, if you have a custom figure that you love and you like it better than the main release from Hasbro or from Mattel or whoever, then keep that one,
Mm-hmm. So we may have some news. I'm waiting, waiting a few seconds here. But I would say my answer to this is early on, I bought everything and just if I couldn't find any figures, I would wait. And then you get a Valiverse figure, a classified figure, I would order another. What was happening was it was Christmas and it was Gridmas, but we were getting our Flints and our Lady J's and stuff like that. We were getting them discounted on like Dorkside and stuff. And so I would get another flint. I would get another roadblock or whatever, and then I would use those. But now I'm going to admit times are a little tighter than they were, you know, a year ago maybe. So now I'm kind of waiting to get the figures first and the fodder first before I get the gridiron set. But it depends. Some of the stuff I got to get like right away just because, you know, you get the FOMO for it. And so we blocked some porn. So that means we made it, people.
Yep.
Okay. We got it. Are you ready? Oh, make sure. Oh, can you see that? Yeah, I think you can.
Jesus. Ask for it and look at this.
We're getting a bloody cinder block staff gun from Gridiron. That's from Mark. So there you go. Breaking news. We didn't even have him on, and he got it. So we're getting the road pig set. How are you feeling, Ryan?
I'm good.
A bloodied cinder block.
I'm happy now. I need a regular cinder block, and then I'll have to buy that bloody one too, which I'm fine with that.
You'll get it eventually. Well, you said it was in your cart. You hadn't yet pressed the order button, so now you know to wait like a day or two. And I'm sure you're gonna get a bloody one with your set. I just have a hunch.
Yeah.
So that was Gridiron. They're amazing. Keep supporting them. Looking forward to doing the show next month with him in person, with Tony in person. And we'll see, you know, by then they'll have a million things to talk about and hopefully some exclusives.
So does that mean that you and Tony will be dumpster diving after it's done, looking for them as many freebies as you can get?
Well, now that you said it live, there's going to be nothing. It's going to be an empty dumpster. There's going to be a guy in there sleeping, but there ain't going to be any toys because of you. Thanks. Oh, my God. Look at that. Show subscription. That's our Patreon right there. Bloodied Cinder Block. There's the kickoff of our Patreon.
T-shirts.
You happy now, Bobby? You get the Gridiron T-shirt, Toy Kind of Mood T-shirt. We're doing it. All right. Last shout. Here we go. Assembly required. Our friends, David Tian, David Hernandez. Oh, Ryan Melzer's going.
Melzer's not going, I don't think.
Who's going? Who's going? Who said you? Who do you know that's going?
I thought
Full Force Chris is going. Diagnostic 80. He's on his way. He'll be with Not Picard, Patrick Stewart. He'll be with him, Not Picard. They're doing shows out there live.
Hoodie Coco's going.
Hooded Coco's going. Ron Rudat will be there. Ron Wagner will be there.
It's a good show.
Call sign Longbow will be there, right? 3D Joe's will not be there. He had last minute had to pull out.
Skeletron will be there.
Skeletron, yeah, that's big.
Gotta go make the donuts. Don't tease us, Mark.
Go make the donuts. But man, Anthony, I did that dive yesterday. Yeah, you did. That's why you go pick up your order. You freaking bastard. Yeah, we all wish I could go. Like I said, the flights, for some reason, I guess because there's less people from LA going to Iowa than LA going to Boston or New York, JFK and Logan, that the flights were insane. When I looked and I was like, yeah, then I have to get a hotel or share a hotel, then buy food and I'm going to buy a million things. I was like, nah, this ain't the year, but I'll be there next year. Hopefully. So Joe Fest for sure. I know they're already, shout out to Articulated Chad. There's already some planning going on there. So I wonder if Gridiron will be there. I keep bugging him and I keep telling him that Joe Fest says like we got less than 5% on the floor. I don't know. So get on that, Mark. I want to see Gridiron at Joe Fest or at least at AR. Thanks for tuning in, but I think we're done.
Yep.
We're done. So what's our final conclusion for, and we did Gridiron, that was the fun stuff, but what about with Hasbro, our expectations versus reality, the hype machine? What is the solution? What can we do as collectors to, yeah, it's easier said than done to be like, I don't expect anything. You can't. You love this stuff.
I'm not saying don't expect anything. I'm saying just dial it back a little bit. I think our imaginations go, like, oh, we're going to get all of this and it's going to be like this. And then it can't live up to that hype. And I get that as a marketing team that Hasbro has to hype that stuff up. They have to do that stuff. But just have faith a little bit in Lenny and Emily and that team. They've earned it. So let's trust them. And if things start happening where they lose that trust, then we can go back to them. Let's make our criticism constructive feedback. Don't just piss and whine and moan. We are being priced out of collecting right now. Prices are very high. The costs have went up. $20 figure to $25 a figure. And, gas, rent, house payments, food, your utilities, your cell phone bills, everything is going up. So right now, I think everybody is feeling that anxiety. But take that frustration out when it's the proper time to. Don't just, go crazy. And if it's to the point where you're unhappy being a collector and it's not something you want to do, or it's just makes your life miserable, then stop for a little while. Just chill out. Don't sweat it. We take care of each other in this community. You remember when you couldn't get those Cobra Island troopers or those Cobra Island, fireflies or anything. We all took care of each other during that time. If somebody found them, they hooked a brother up. That's what this community is all about. It's about us and the toys that we love, whether you're a Joe collector, Transformers, Black Series, Marvel Legends, it's all of us that make this community great. And just remember that next time when you just want to have a little meltdown because, you're upset because, HasLab or whatever. You don't have to buy shit if you don't want it. And if it's priced too much, then don't buy it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Now, is there something Hasbro can do? Are they seeing that maybe, do they know that 1027 was too close and people expected too much? Do you think they're aware of it? Do they think maybe they didn't promote MCM London enough? Maybe because they weren't going live because it's in the middle of the night for a lot of us here in the States. Is there something that they should take some responsibility? Now we're talking about as collectors to take a chill pill, but what about Hasbro? What can they do?
So I look at it always like this. I can't control what other people do. I can only control what I can do, right? So I think Hasbro will learn from this. I think the people that we're talking about have taken the feedback that everybody's given them, and they've made changes. And I'm sure that the feedback for 1027 was like, we expect a little bit more from it. And I'm sure in the future they'll address it. They're still trying to figure their way out on a lot of this stuff too. Mattel doesn't do this. You might get Toddy Mac every once in a while, like, I got this figure coming out and it's going to be like this. And, or, Brian Flynn goes on, the Foosh or whoever and, talks about, whatever it is. But Hasbro right now is the only one that's doing these type of fan events. So they're still trying to figure it out too. Just be patient. Take a breath before you hit enter on your keyboard with your comment.
Yep.
Just take a breath.
Patience is great because these were all $17 These just came out. Like not this one, sorry. But I mean not that one, but look, this is a new wave. A lot of people aren't even shipping it yet. Be patient. You wait a week, 2 weeks, you never know. You're getting a discount.
And let's be honest, shipping everything is still all screwed up. And God knows when that's going to all get fixed again. So, when you get a Sergeant Slaughter that's not supposed to be here till March, but yet Big BBTS is shipping them, it's worst case scenario that they're trying to give you, so you don't freak out. But then, somebody gets them in early.
Yep. So,
I don't know. I don't know if there is a right answer. I think it's just control what you can control and just roll, And if you're stressing out about stuff, if you're feeling, all the pressures in the world are coming out, reach out to your bros, your sisters in this community, and we're there to support you. And, sometimes it's just, you need to vent a little bit, then do it. But, I think, there's that, what's that show? The Toys That Made Us.
I think we got,
all right, 69 girls. See, find the love on the new dating site. So there you go. Well, it's the toys that made us. No, we made the toys. The community makes them successful. So, just always remember that we're right at the center of all this. So reach inward if you're struggling.
Yeah.
So
well said.
And we are girls will give you a different option that you can go with. I said we're the 69 girls will give you a different option.
Yeah, if you don't like your toys, you could play with some kind of different plastic with the 69 girls. So, I think we'll end on that note, guys. We are rolling, and we are pretty much there. Episode 100 is coming soon. It's going to be a special one, man. Thanks for the ride. This has been so much fun being a new emerging channel, if you will, and having a great community. Support us from all ends, whether you're a man baby or a shill, or a fan person, or just you're in the community, you're a creator, designer, you draw comics, whatever, you're with us, and we really appreciate it. It's been awesome. This is a great show, great conversation. Oh, I didn't even show this. I forgot I haven't opened it yet. But you got one? Or are you not doing O-ring?
I'm not doing the O-ring, but man, from what I've seen on that all looks good. I think
just the package alone, just the box, just when I get this, when I got it in the mail, it felt like being a little kid. I can't say the same about Classified, because it's new, and that's like my adult toy. But when I get this is like, oh man, when I was 9 years old, I would have died for this. So yeah. Just it gives me that again. But hey, look, this was a shill kind of mood with Travis Shilly and Dread Shill Ryan. No kidding. Travis Moody, Dreadnok Ryan Sweeney, the toy kind of mood, episode 99, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, and enjoy your World Series. Enjoy AEW Dynamite, which is on about 3 minutes. And yeah, it's Wednesday. You know what that means? We got to get out of here and watch wrestling. So we'll see you once again in the toy aisle, or on a Pulse pre-order that actually comes in quicker than everybody else's. See you later, guys. Bye.
Later, guys.
Oh, yeah, I got to hit that button.